the one, the only, Ben Sion.
Welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Doubles. We continue the second space that we just started yesterday. We're doing Perek Aleph, Mishnah Beis and Gimel. Mishnah Beis says, "Hashochet chayav of b'yom tov." On Yom Tov, you're allowed to do malacha. Shchita is malacha. You're allowed to do it for ochel nefesh in order to allow you to eat on Yom Tov. So you want to shecht a chaya or an oaf on Yom Tov. Now the reason it has chaya and oaf is in behema you could shecht it also. There's no mitzvah of kisei adam. You don't have to cover the blood of a behema. So you want to do this, but the problem is to cover the blood, you have to dig some dirt up. When you dig some dirt up, the main problem is you make a guma, you make a hole, and even though you're not doing it to put things in the hole, which would be malacha d'oraisa, you're still doing malacha d'rabbanan because malacha she'ein shreicha l'gufa is still aser mid'rabbanan. So Beishamai omrim yachmor dekav yechasa, if you have basically if you have the shovel already in the dirt where there's no problem of muksa, so you can do the malacha she'ein shreicha l'gufa. Malacha she'ein shreicha l'gufa is mutter. If you ask before you do it, and so you could shecht it and then cover the blood and violate only a malacha she'ein shreicha l'gufa. They said if you consult the Beitzah, the Beitzah is going to tell you not to shecht because you don't violate malacha she'ein shreicha l'gufa for kisei dam, which happens after the shchita. Umodim shim shachat. Even Beis Hillel agrees if you did do the shchita without consulting Beitzah, then you should violate. Probably not the Isra Muksa if it wasn't prepared, but you could violate the Malacha She'ein Shreicha L'gufa for the mitzvah of Kisei Adam. The mitzvah of Kisei Adam is d'oraisa. This is only the Rabbanan. She'efer Kiran Muchahu. This has nothing to do with the Mishnah. It's an addition to the Mishnah. Efer Kira, basically, if you burn something, you lit a fire from Erev Yontav, and you had some ashes left over on Yontav, so therefore some people use ashes for different things, for Kisei Adam, or to cover soa, to cover excrement or whatever you used to use it for. So therefore, since you lit the fire and you created the ashes Erev Yom Tov, therefore it's much your das is to use it on Yom Tov, and therefore it's not muksa. Gimel Beishamai omrim imol lichan es asula mishovach l'shovach avam ateilu mechal l'chal. Beishamai says that there's a problem of taking a ladder, even though you have a dovko, you have a lot of birds that are growing, take it far from one end to the other end, you can't do that. Because even though it's in Rosh Hashanah and technically there's no problem of carrying something, but people think that if you're carrying a ladder, which you could use to go on your roof also, people think that you're using the ladder, you're carrying it to go on your roof and to fix your roof, which is malacha d'oraisa on Yom Tov. You can't fix your roof on Yom Tov. And therefore there's a problem of marasayan. However, to move it in the same dovko from one cubicle to another cubicle, that is just moving, you're tilting it, you're not actually carrying it, so no one's going to think you're taking it to fix your roof. But Beis Hillel Matir, and Beis Hillel says there's no problem. Maras Ayin is mutter in the case of Simchas Yontav. Here, you're doing it to get a bird, which is ochel nefesh, which is really powered by Simchas Yontav. We'll explain that. This is another machlokas about birds, right? You want to take birds, you want to shech them and eat them on Yontav. So the problem of muksa if you didn't prepare them. So Beishamai says you have to shake them, you have to look at them before Yontav, because if you don't look at them, you might come to take a bird and you realize it's not fat enough, it's not good enough, and I don't want to shecht it, and then you'll do tiltul shalol tzara, tiltul muksa for no tzara. Beis Hillel omrim, omid v'omrim zeh zeh. You have to prepare it before Yontav. If you didn't prepare it before Yontav, it's muksa, because we don't assume you're going to take it. But as long as you verbally say, I'm going to take it, that's preparation. You make it raw, you make it fit for Yontav. And therefore, with the Amir Ba'alam, we're not worried like Beis Shammai, even though Beis Shammai is worried, even if you say, I'm going to take this one, when you go and touch it and you see how big it is or slim it is, you're not going to want to use it. Therefore, Beis Shammai says not only do you have to verbally designate it, but you have to actually touch it and see, look what the bird is like. Beis Hillel says we can rely on his words, and therefore we can assume that he'll probably shecht the one that he picks up, even just merely by designating it before Yom Tov, even though he didn't check it. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for Iyam Mitzion, where I discuss Mishnah Beis in greater detail.